Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Every fairy tales being with the dress, and this one is one from pure enhancements. Gown royal elegant. Step into a world where elegance meets timeless charm. These gowns are crafted from women who want to feel regal, refined, and effortlessly graceful. Each piece flows like a soft whisper and luxury designs with a silhouette that celebrates femininity in its most elevated form. The bodies feature intricate detailing, delicate embroidery, shimmering beadworks, and finely stitched patterns that catch the light with every subtle movement. Fabrics like silk, chiffon, satin, and tulle blend together to create a dreamy, witless feel, while structured tailoring ensures a flawless queen-like posture. As the gown cascades the floor, the long skirt opens into dramatic floats that glides gracefully with every step, creating the illusions of floating. Some designs include flowing capes, illusion sleeves, or soft drap strains, adding a majestic flair inspired by royal contour. Others feature minimalistic lines, allowing the fabric itself to speak with quiet luxury. As the gown cascades into the floor, the long skirts opens into dramatic floats that glide, creating the graceful with every step illusions of floating. Some designs include flowing caps, illusions, leaves, or soft drape strains, adding a majestic flair inspired by royal culture. Others features minimalistic lines, allowing the fabric itself to speak with quiet luxury. Colors range from deep jewel tones, emerald, sapphire, ruby, petals like blush, lavender, and champagne, whether adorned with crystals that sparkle like stars or kept clean and polished for a modern silhouette. Each gown dedicates showcations. These gowns are not just outfits, they are moment of beauty, confidence, and enhancements, perfect for glass weddings, red carpets, or royal inspired storytellings. They transform the wearer into the centerpiece of any scan. With every turn, every step, and every graceful gesture. The gown tells its own story, one pose, power, and pure elegance. The gowns unfolds like a dream and equates crafted with the gentlest flow of luxury fabric. Its silhouette glides graceful from the fitted bodies down to a sweeping floor length hem, creating an effortless aura of elegance. With every step, the body is delicately structured, adorned with intricate hand embroidered motifs that shimmer softly under the light, catching hints of silver, pearl, and crystal detailing. A subtle neckline frames the shoulders with timeless charm, while the long sculpted sleeves add a regal touch, draping the arms in sheer sophistication. The waist is changed flawlessly, sculpting a flaming figure without pulling attentions away from the gown's graceful movement. As the fabric cascades down towards the hem, it forms gentle waves, each fold whispering luxury and refinement. From the back, the gown is just as mesmerizing. A refined train trails behind the glistening with fine embellishments that glides forward. The gown's textures feel like a blend of air and silk, light fluids, and impossibly smooth. Every detail speaks of artistry, the hand placed beads, the delicate tulle overlays, and the luminous finish that gives the dress fairy tale charm. The gown is a breathtaking symphony of craftsmanship and artistry designed to captivate from the very first glance. Its silhouette flows with regal precision, beginning at the delicately sculpted body that embraces the torso like a work of fine contour. The body is adorned with layers of hand-applied beadwork, tiny pearl, luminous crystals, and shimmering sequins arranged in floral patterns that glisten like morning dew on petals. Every embellishment has been placed with delicate care, creating a soft, enhancing luminosity that dances beautifully in any light. The neckline gently curves, framing the collarbone with a whisper of elegance. Soft tulle assets rest along the shoulders, adding almost ethereal presence. Long sheer sleeves extend gracefully to the wrist, embellished with the delicate embroidery that seems to float over the skin as the wearer moves. With the sleeves shimmer subtly like golden sunlight passing through lace. The waistline is flawlessly defined, subtly changed to highlight the natural figure without losing the fluidity of the gown. From this point, the skirt unfurls into a cascade of airy flowing layers crafted from the finest chiffon and organza. The skirt moves with the mesmerizing softness, each layer drifting like petals in a gentle breeze. The gown sways with an effortless grace, creating a dreamlike motion that feels weightless and heavenly. Toward the hem, the fabric gathers into a sweeping floor-length finish that brushes and ground with poetic elegance. The train that flows is embroidered with glistening thread work, forming delicate patterns reminiscent of strenuous trails of rose-kissed winds. From the back, the gown beauty implies subtle low-cut designs framed by graceful embellishments add a quick touch of sophistication. The color of the gown itself is a masterpiece, whether in soft ivory, pale blush of luminous campaigns is radiates warmth and subtle sheen of the fabric catches the light in waves, sometimes glowing softly, sometimes sparkling boldly, depending on moment and mood. Wearing this gown feels like stepping into a storybook moment, timeless, enchanting, and filled with quiet majesty. It embodies the spirit of luxury, the poetry of and the power of presence. Every stitch speaks of elegance, every detail whispers grace, every movement becomes a living portrait of beauty. The gown is masterpiece of elegance, a vision woven from dreams, artistry, and the finest shades of craftsmanship. It begins with the silhouette that seems sculpted by light itself, graceful, refined, and impossibly fluid. At the body's every delicate contour has been shaped with the gentle embrace that celebrates feminine grace without overshadowing its softness. The fabric feels like a blend of moonlight and silk, smooth to the touch and breathtaking in motion. As you look closer, the bodies reveal an intricate tapestry of hand embroidered motifs, floral vines, delicate leaves, and shimmering petals, crafted with thousands of microcrystals, beadworks, and silver threads of fine. They resemble stars of starlight. The embellishments are placed with poetic intention. Some catch the light boldly, while others glow quickly, creating a balance, harmony, brilliance, and refinement. The neckline is a vision of grace, a curve that frames the collarbones with the regal simplicity. Soft sheer tulle drapes across the shoulders like a whispers, almost floating, giving the gown an overworldly presence. The long sleeves, crafted from lace, climb gently to the arms, their embroidery arranged in a pattern that looks as through it has grown naturally across the skin. Each movement sets off a ripple of delicate sparkle, subtle yet memorizing. The waistline is elegantly defined, changed without severity, allowing the natural figure. Glorious cascade, layers upon layers of fine chiffon, organza, and silk georgette flow downward in graceful waves, each layer lighter than the last. As the wearer walks, the skirts move with a rhythmic softness like soft wind gliding over still water, like floral petals drifting gracefully to the ground. The fabric catches even the faintest beam of the light, creating a soft halo around the wearer. When the gown sways, these shimmering details across the skirt seems to the glow from within, as though tiny stars are stitched into the fabric. Towards the hem, embroidered tendrils spiritual outwards in delicate patterns vines of silver, petals of crystal, and lace works that tells a story of timeless elegance. The back of the gown is equally breathtaking. A gentle, graceful dip reveals just a touch of sophistication without compromising its refined modesty. A trail of hand covered buttons runs down the spine like a string of pearls placed trendily.